Sharing is caring. Sharing is the act of kindness where you are having something which belongs to you, but also offering it to someone else because you think they might need it too. Thus, when you are sharing something, you show your human side by giving up your claims on your personal item, which is based on feelings for another human who may or may not be feeling the same way. Good morning, students. Welcome to SST So Simple Tutorial. Today we shall read Majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. How did the community in majority behave with the minority community in Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka got independence from the British in 1948. The leaders of Sinhala community sought to secure dominance over government by virtue of their majority. As a result, the democratically elected government adopted a series of majoritarianism measures to establish Sinhala supremacy. What is majoritarianism? Majoritarianism is a belief, एक सोच है, that the majority community should be able to rule a country in whichever way it wants to, by disregarding the wishes and needs of the minority. It means it will impose its culture, it will impose its language, everything on the minority community, and this is what we are going to see in the case of Sri Lanka. In 1956, an act was passed by the Parliament of Ceylon. This act is commonly referred to as Sinhala Only Act. This act actually replaced English as the official language of Sri Lanka with Sinhala. The government followed preferential policies that favored Sinhala applicants for university positions or government jobs. That means during the admissions in colleges, universities, Sinhalas were to be given preference. The government jobs would be given to Sinhalas first. The new constitution stipulated that the state shall protect and foster Buddhism. Foster means to promote. That means the government would now promote Buddhism also. Now just compare this case with our country. What did India do? Even though we had to part away with a part of our land for a minority, yet our constitution makers made our country secular. Reservation policy was also adopted, but for someone, not on the linguistic or religious grounds. Not only this, none of the language was established as official language. All these government measures coming one after the other, the Tamils viewed it as an attempt by the linguistic majority to oppress and assert dominance on minorities. So, what was the consequence of majoritarianism practiced in Sri Lanka? Let us see. This gradually increased the feeling of alienation among the Sri Lankan Tamils. They felt that none of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Sinhala leaders was sensitive to their language and culture. They felt that the constitution and government policies denied them equal political rights, discriminated against them in getting jobs and opportunities, and ignored their interests. As a result, the relations between the Sinhala and Tamil communities strained over time. Now, how did the Tamils respond to this policy? The Sri Lankan Tamils launched parties and struggles for the recognition of Tamil as an official language, for regional autonomy and equality of opportunity in securing education and jobs. But the demands for more autonomy to provinces populated by the Tamils were repeatedly denied. By 1980s, several political organizations were formed demanding an independent Tamil Eelam, Eelam means state, in northern and eastern part of Sri Lanka. One such militant organization founded in 1976 was LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. Its aim was to secure an independent state of Tamil Eelam in response to the state policies of successive Sri Lankan governments towards Tamils. Its leader was Velupallai Prabhakaran, and he headed this organization until his death in 2009. This organization is also responsible for the assassination of our former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi in 1991. Now you have to find out and name the place where he was assassinated. Write your answer in the comment section. Now, coming back, the distrust between the two communities turned into a widespread conflict. It soon turned into a civil war. What do you mean by a civil war? Civil war is a violent conflict. Violent conflict, that means violence is included between opposing groups within a country that becomes so intense that it appears like a war. As a result of this civil war, thousands of people of both the communities have been killed. Many families were forced to leave the country as refugees and many more lost their livelihoods. The civil war has caused a terrible setback to the social, cultural and economic life of the country. Thus, we come to the close of today's topic. Students, now you should be able to answer these questions. Question number 1. Describe some of the majoritarian measures adopted by the elected government in Sri Lanka to establish Sinhala supremacy. Some of the measures adopted by them are as follows. 1. In 1956, an act was passed to recognize Sinhala as the official language, thus disregarding Tamil. 2. The government followed preferential policies that favored Sinhala applicants for university positions and government jobs. 3. The new constitution stipulated that the state shall foster and protect Buddhism. Question number 2. What was the consequence of majoritarianism practiced in Sri Lanka? The majoritarianism practiced in Sri Lanka gave rise to resentment and a feeling of alienation among the Tamil speakers. They began to feel that 1. None of the major political parties led by Buddhist Sinhala leaders were sensitive to their language and culture. 2. They also felt that the constitution and government policies denied them equal rights. 3. The government policies discriminated against them in getting jobs and other opportunities and ignored their interests. Question number 3. How did the Tamils respond to the policy of majoritarianism practiced by the government? The Tamils reacted in the following ways. They organized political parties and launched struggle in support of their demands. They demanded recognition of Tamil as an official language. They demanded regional autonomy in Tamil majority areas. They demanded equality of opportunity in securing jobs and education. After 1980s, several parties like LTTE have demanded an independent Tamil Elam in northern and eastern part of Sri Lanka. When the Sinhala majority government tried to suppress the Tamil minority community against these demands, a civil war broke out in Sri Lanka. How did the leaders in Belgium respond to their problems? We will see in the next class. For any queries, you can use the comment section and don't forget to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, subscribe right now. Till then, happy reading. Thank you.